Welcome to the Blooming League of Original Podcasts.
G'day and welcome to another episode of Thrash and Treasure, the torture chamber musical podcast that mixes the jazz hands of musical theatre with the devil horns of heavy metal and creates two middle fingers. I'm Gareth and I'm joined as usual by that guy over there, the giggling idiot, my co-host Aaron. How you going, mate?
I'm good. I'm giggling because the people at home don't realize he was meant to write his own joke or burn about me, and all he could come up with was that guy.
That guy over there. That's all I had.
I don't mind being that guy, but I just want to make sure that you're actually live and here, because I've been editing our shows, our episodes for the past 5 or 6 days straight, all day, every day, and all I can hear in my head is your voice. So how many fingers am I holding up?
Yeah, ditto, bro. Ditto.
That's not a number.
No, that's what I get when I edit as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's seriously, I don't know who's more annoying, me or you, but anyway.
Oh, you, clearly. I'm not at all annoying.
It's like we don't talk for a week and then we talk and it's like, God, it's like you've been in my head all week. So anyway.
You literally have been. Well, actually, maybe not in the past day because I've been on the second half of the episode.
Oh, good.
It was 150 minutes or something like that 3 days ago, and now it's 148 minutes. So you can imagine how much I haven't been able to cut because it's golden.
I know. There's just so much gold.
So what are we talking about next week now?
Yeah.
You ruined my joke, though. My joke was how many fingers am I holding up?
Probably 2.
And then later on, I was going to be like, oh, shit, hang on, we're not on webcam. But you've ruined my joke.
Yeah, okay.
Damn. See, that's why my jokes don't work, because my audience is shit.
it's like I say next week, I'm a tough crowd. So
you are.
Yeah.
Well, that was unlucky for me, but yeah, that was you just been on your holidays.
I have. I snuck away for almost 2 weeks. It was great because we can't leave the state, we can't leave the country.
No.
So for all those foreign lands that I normally go to, lucky for them, I can't go there now. So I have to holiday in WA, which is amazing because the southwest of WA is an absolutely beautiful place. So we got away and we had a great time, and I actually didn't eat too much, and I probably drank a little bit too much, but it's a great wine region down there, so that was acceptable, I think. So it was a good time. And one thing I didn't think I'd find was in the bottom of WA, in a place called Esperance, is a replica of Stonehenge.
Didn't you know it was there?
I kind of knew it was there and I'd forgotten. And then when I was planning the holiday, I went, oh, fuck yeah, Stonehenge. And I'm a huge Spinal Tap fan, the movie. Absolutely love it. So when I got there, I had to go full Spinal Tap, and I recreated the little leprechauns dancing around Stonehenge in the stage show, except for I was a full-size man and it was a full-size Stonehenge, and it was put it up on my Facebook to ridicule of my friends, which is exactly what I was after.
To our listeners at home who may be offended, the Bloop Network and Thrash and Treasure distances itself from Gareth's cultural reappropriation with the leprechauns. Goodness gracious, just because you've got red hair, man.
I know. The mythical, I don't want to upset the mythical creatures.
And isn't Stonehenge in Scotland, or near Scotland, not Ireland? So
No, it's I think it's southern England.
Oh, I thought it was northern England.
Because I've been to Scotland and north of England, and if it was there, I would have gone 100%. Except the real Stonehenge, and it's just funny. Someone messaged me on Instagram and said, "Holy crap! How did you get so close? Last time I was there, you couldn't. They fenced it all off." And I looked at him, and he's a friend of mine. And he's a really smart guy, and I'm not going to say his name, but I just looked at him and went, "Dude, it's not the real Stonehenge." Yeah. So I did reply back and went,
is it not an exact replica?
It's an exact replica of how Stonehenge was supposed to be originally built.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not a replica of the kind of tumble down that it is
No.
now. It was Stonehenge, thousands of years ago, the way the Druids envisioned it.
Well, I'm just thankful it didn't fall on your head.
Oh, so am I. They were solid granite.
Yeah, I'd have to find a new co-host, but I can't even speak today.
Yeah, tried that before while I was on holiday. Didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great, and it was great to come home again. I actually said this to someone the other day. I timed it terribly wrong because we got back home and about 3 days later we went into lockdown. So if I'd have been in southern WA in a town called Albany, which is a beautiful spot, they also went into lockdown briefly. So that would have been great if I'd have been stuck there, just still on another forced week-long holiday.
What an interesting pronunciation of Albany.
Oh, it's Albany, mate. We're in WA now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
We always know when you're not from WA when you call it Albany because we call it Albany. So
It's like Toronto and Toronto. Like that's how we would say it in Australia. So
Toronto, yeah, we would.
Toronto.
'Cause we just like to...
Rhode Island. They say Rhode Island.
Yeah. We kind of flatten the syllables a little bit. Don't want to give it too much.
Albany doesn't sound flat. No, Albany sounds illiterate. Not to offend Western Australians out there. Hi, love you. Hope you are all safe and enjoying your lockdown.
Love our listeners in the West. We're out of lockdown. We had 5 days, but we have to.
I'm good.
We have to wander around wearing a mask, and unless we're doing exercise, and that's okay. You can do vigorous exercise without a mask, and pubs are like 50% capacity. But we're hoping by this Saturday we can go back to what we normally were, which is living in a weird little bubble in WA, pretending that COVID doesn't exist.
Yeah,
So,
well, apparently Melbourne's spiraling out of control today.
once again,
saw the news break. I don't know. Speaking of living in a bubble, that's exactly where I am.
You'd have to go outside. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I have no idea what's going on. Well, look, as I've always said, I don't need to watch the news because the only thing that's really, truly going to affect me is if the world's going to end. And it's not going to fucking matter because the world's going to end. Why do I need to know? I'm just going to enjoy it to the last minute.
What are you going to do?
Then go down with everyone else. So really, I don't need all that depressing stuff on me, which I can imagine some people would be so like, why didn't you watch it? I don't care, man. Shit. I got so much better, happier things to worry about at 6 p.m. Fuck. Goodness gracious me.
Yeah.
Like depressing stuff, and then one happy happy item about a fucking puppy. I'm like, no, dude, that makes me sad because I want a puppy. I don't want to see a cute little puppy dancing on the news, for crying out loud, to compensate for the hour of depressing crap you put me through. Buy me a puppy and I will be happy. So now you know what to get me for my birthday.
There we go. Puppies are good. All right. One puppy for Aaron.
Speaking of birthday,
Yes.
it was your birthday the other day, and obviously I made it known, but happy birthday.
Thank you. Yep.
From all our listeners, you can hear them singing happy birthday for you right now because they're allowed to. We don't have to pay for the rights anymore.
Which is good.
What type of asshole act is that? Here you go, people. Here's a fucking song to sing at every bloody party that you're going to have for someone's birthday. Oh, but no, you have to pay us if you want to sing it on fucking television. Go away. Shit. Like that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's evil. Anyway, on a
wanky. It really was wanky. And I'm so glad they lost the rights. I really am.
Me too. Well, I lost the rights to my birthday because it got cancelled by COVID.
I know. See, that's also wanky.
I had a large party organised and everything, down to the last bottle of wine, and got a phone call from the venue the day before, and they said, yeah, we can't do this with the new restrictions. Yep. So everything got cancelled. So I'm going to just stay, that age that I was for another year and try again next year maybe.
Well, yeah, you can dream, can't you?
Yeah. Look, to be perfectly honest, trying to organise, 80 odd people in the middle of a pandemic is probably stupid and or naive, but we'd had a pretty good run in WA, so
yeah, so it was maybe naive for New Yorkers to do it.
Yeah,
but you guys had a good run.
We had a good run.
Out of all of Australia, you guys had one of the best runs. I don't know if it was the best. I think we've kind of collectively all forgotten Tasmania through all this.
They're just kind of getting on with it.
What's happening with them?
Yeah, nothing. I love Tassie. I've been there 3-4 times, and it's a beautiful, beautiful part of the country. But it does get forgotten a little bit.
I don't mind a good map of Tassie.
Really?
One of us had to go there.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be you. Isn't that my side of things?
Well, one of us has a sense of humour. humor.
Ah,
On that note, we should
yes.
probably move the conversation along. And obviously, there was something before about being unlucky. I don't remember what it was, but it was a good
Well,
segue into
well, unlucky was my birthday that got cancelled.
yeah. And the number 13 for
Yes.
some people is unlucky, and
Very unlucky.
that's the Broadway musical which I gave to you this week, the 2008 original Broadway cast. Which I'll let you let the world know what you thought of this.
I wrote some notes.
Gem. Oh, did you? Oh, good. You actually came prepared for a change. Golf claps.
I wrote notes. Mainly it was therapy notes.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So 13, you gave me 13. As usual, I knew absolutely nothing about this musical, but I learned all about it.
You learned what Wikipedia had to
I learned what Wikipedia is. My first stop is Wikipedia. What the hell is going on? What is this? I actually didn't need Wikipedia because it's kind of a bit of a giveaway. 13, the original Broadway musical by Jason Robert Brown. And it had, and I think it's either the first or still the only musical with a full cast of teenagers.
On Broadway, yes.
On Broadway.
Bugsy Malone's never been done there. Yeah, I would presume so. I'm sure dance schools or whatever have, performed on the stages once in a while over the years, but
but a actual on Broadway musical in a big theater, etc., etc. So well done to all those kids, and it's pretty amazing that you get this sort of talent from kids that young. And I didn't realize this, but one of those kids was Ariana Grande. Couldn't tell you. I know her. She sings songs. I couldn't tell you any of those songs, but she's quite a big deal to the young people.
Yeah.
So good. Was this her big break?
Yeah, it was her debut. I think her brother may have done Mamma Mia beforehand. I think so. Okay. Frankie Grande, who I only know him from RuPaul's Drag Race.
You be you.
Obviously, Ariana had her. There was that awful terrorist attack at her concert, which would have put her in a lot of people's consciousness, which is a shame. It was
kind of a
Look, she's got a lot of talent when she reins it in. This no, just sing the fucking note. That's all I want to hear. I want to hear a beautiful note, a strong, beautiful note that ends with a bit of vibrato. I don't need 15 notes to get to that one fucking note that you stay there for 2 seconds and then lose. Yeah. Sorry, Ariana. That's my advice to you, honey. Anyways, go.
I agree 100, and I don't think I've ever agreed with you more.
I've been dying to say that on this show.
There is so many. Every time I watch one of those stupid shows, it's like, shut up and sing. You're doing vocal exercises.
It's vocal
You're
acrobatics,
yeah. It is. Hit the note.
It's not even exercises. Exercises are controlled, right?
Yeah.
Exercises are. Yeah. Okay,
hit the note, little bit of vibrato, finish it off. There it is.
I know. Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yep. I'm with you 100%.
And I hate it being brought into Broadway. I really do.
I didn't hear a lot of that in this, which was one thing. Okay, this is set in Indiana.
Yep.
What is it about Indiana? Because I'm almost certain the prom was set in Indiana.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
So Indiana must be some kind of anti-gay, anti-children. Maybe is that where Footloose was anti-happiness? Is that where Footloose was set? It must.
I want to say Michigan for Footloose, but
okay.
I don't know why.
I
don't know. I'm pulling Michigan out of my ass.
I love that movie,
but I'm looking that up. It just says a small town. It doesn't say where.
Yeah, it's Indiana. They say it in the song, like the lamest place in the world. The second song is about Indiana. Also, it's the lamest song in the world. But anyway,
in the prom.
No, in 13.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm on Footloose right now. Footloose is,
We've said this. Okay, this needs more Kevin Bacon anyway. But
look, there is a Footloose musical, but it's all jukebox, so we won't be getting to it at all. It's loosely based on the town of Elmore City, Oklahoma. The town had banned dancing since its founding in 1898 in an attempt to decrease the amount of heavy drinking. This is according to Wikipedia, so we can only take it as gospel.
It must be true. It's on Wikipedia.
But then also in 1981, Linden, a small town in Washington State, passed an ordinance that banned the practice of dancing at events and locations where alcohol would be served.
It's like they were getting ready for COVID.
I guess when you take Oklahoma and Washington State, you get Indiana from that. But otherwise, I don't think on here it doesn't specify where it's meant to be set. So
I've listened to this musical, Aaron.
Yeah.
It's burned into my brain.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Because
They mention Indiana, lamest place in the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's because he's a young kid and he's come from New York City and he's gone to Indiana.
yes, that's right. Yes, and
He's turning 13, or he's 13, and
Yeah.
it was
What? How timely is that for your birthday? And here's this little coming of age story about a almost like it was planned.
it's almost like it was planned coming. Is 13 coming of age though?
No, of course not. That's like
No, it's
sort of
not.
cannot
What
be
did I think about this? I actually thought if I was my kids would, like my youngest daughter Natasha, she would probably love this show. This is so sentimental. It could have been written by Spielberg. It's so laid on, so thick. And then when it's not being overly sentimental, it's trying to kind of be cool and funky, and it's getting your funk on. And it's interesting because there were a couple of songs cut out of the original version, like Opportunity was cut from the original Broadway version. And I can only
bring that up.
think it's because it was a terrible fucking song.
You know what? That's funny because I actually found that I found that a catchy song, right? But what really pissed me off was the lyrics. It went OPP opportunity. That's not how you fucking spell opportunity, man. Where's the other 8 letters? But OPP, is in fact a naughty by nature song. But what I found out, right?
Yep.
On dictionary.com, OPP is actually listed as an abbreviation for infidelity, which in French means other people's pussy. That's what it says on dictionary.com. I added it.
Much like Wikipedia.
But that's because of the Naughty by Nature song OPP, which means OPP. The joke went way over your head.
It did.
Right, let's turn the page on that one. See what I mean by I can write 50 jokes for an episode.
I know, and it's the non-jokes that I find. It's the not jokes that I find funny. So
the what jokes?
The non-jokes.
The non-jokes. My drollness.
Yeah, just you being you, I find funny rather than you being funny.
Yeah. Well, but no, I agree with you in terms of it trying to sound hip. I thought it kind of sound what you would expect an uncool dad like Gareth to assume 13-year-old kids would find cool and hip. Oh, well, that didn't land either. No, my jokes are landing. I've been sitting on these jokes for a month.
This is probably why. Maybe they're stale. Maybe they're done. They're overproved. Like a New York bagel.
No, but opportunity I did find catchy. I did find that. But they left out 8 letters. Maybe they need BEE as in a spelling bee. Oh, you know what? That whole Kendra. I've been thinking
Kendra.
That was fucking creepy.
I'm over Kendra.
I felt dirty every time that song was on. I'd have to skip that song. It was creepy. Why? Why would you, Jason Robert Brown? You've got a lot of talent. Why did you do that song? It's awful.
I was thinking the same, and I'm just sort of thinking, okay, maybe if I was a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, that song would connect with me, but it doesn't connect with me. No, and I just thought it was kind of...
I'm with you on that.
I thought it was a little... Yeah, it was creepy, and I kind of thought that was probably more about me than it was a song.
No, it's
maybe not.
It's the concept of it.
Maybe
it just did not work. It did not land.
Yeah.
I don't think. Look, I say, and I stand by this, Jason Robert Brown, Urban Cowboy the musical aside, he has a lot of talent. And there's a reason why his shows are so popular like they are, and especially the smaller ones like the last 5 years. This show is definitely aimed at 13-year-olds, or at least what he thinks 13-year-olds want to hear. I know I can't speak for the 13-year-olds of today, but this would not have satisfied me at 13.
They're not looking up from their phones to watch this show. The 13-year-olds from today.
Maybe in 2008 when it came out.
Yeah.
The show I'm thinking of was Songs for a New World, which I think only has 2 or 3 cast members in it. So real tiny show.
Which is kind of weird. Okay. So it's not weird at all because he wrote that, because it's come up on my Spotify as similar to this, Songs for a New World, but it's obviously because it was Jason Robert Brown. Yeah.
Like there are no character names in it. It's Man 1 and Man 2, Woman 1 and Woman 2. So it's a very small show. I think it's a song cycle. It lies between a musical and a song cycle. You obviously know what a song cycle is?
No, I don't know what a song cycle is.
Okay, well it's basically Well, it's sort of like a review, but all
Mm.
the songs are in theme, I guess. That's just on the top of my head.
Mm.
Yeah, here we go. A group of individually complete songs designed to be performed in a sequence as a unit. So I guess there'll be a running theme. We will get to a couple of song cycles eventually. One of my favorites, William Finn, has written one. However, so you're gonna love that. It's really sweet because it's all people singing about the dead. So it's all memorial and stuff like that. Like, that's
See,
sweet.
every time I think William Finn, I always call him Billy Finn because that's what Alison Fraser. She calls him Billy Finn because clearly she knows him, and they're friends. And now I'm like, yeah, Billy Finn. And I'm like, what? I've become too familiar. Yeah.
It's much easier for you because think of it. My whole life, I've called him William Finn.
William. Yeah, I just
but
pulled
professionally,
straight in there.
yeah,
Billy Finn.
I'd hear him be referred to as Bill Finn, right? In like articles and stuff, or YouTube video interviews or whatever it was, right? But hearing Billy Finn, it just sounded like it sounded like Huckleberry's brother. It really did, like an old timely child character from a novel. Every time she said it, I kept thinking of Billy Finn, like they're running around in overalls with.
He's got no shoes on and a fishing pole over his
messy hair and freckles and dirt. Like that's what I was picturing. I did not say it. I was so tempted to, but I don't obviously have that relationship with her, so. I couldn't, but every time she said Billy Finn, but professionally, I'll still refer to him as William Finn because that's how he's credited. Plus, I'm not his friend, so I'm not in a place to call him Bill or Bill. Certainly not Billy.
Hey, Billy. Yeah.
What's up, Billy?
Yep.
My goodness gracious me.
Anyway,
so.
Billy. All right. I absolutely struggle through this. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. Look, it's full credit to, and I'm going to just call them a bunch of kids because it's a great bunch of kids and they're clearly very, very talented.
There was a few bung notes, the poor dears. They're adults now. I don't care. And it's not as if they're going to sit there and cry.
Okay, they're adults now, but when they were kids, they're doing a great job. I don't know who this is aimed at. Clearly, it was aimed at kids.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think showing a 13-year-old how awkward it is to be 13, like this is a mirror to a 13-year-old. I'm not sure that's going to get them singing and dancing and that sort of thing. And that's what it felt like to me. I was like, here's one of the most awkward parts of your life, and it was kind of ham-fisted and done kind of badly. And
it was. I agree.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, I agree.
Why did you give it to me for then?
Well, because I fucking hate this show, and I thought I'm going to torch you with this one. It's a show that I hate. So more fool you for falling for it, which is hilarious.
Episode 13.
You weren't even supposed to be in this particular episode. This was meant to be while you're away. So that's why I picked this, because I thought, well, I lie. I don't fucking hate this show. I didn't actually know this one. I had never heard it before.
Just because it was 13.
So I thought, while you're away, I'll check out a show that I haven't seen. So at least then I'm giving myself a torture.
Yep.
While that was happening, but then obviously you returned before the episode could come to fruition. So here you are with this turd of an album.
It was always going to be the bad luck episode.
Oh, look, I see what they're doing. They're going through all these different styles, and something like this could very much be considered a vehicle for these kids, a testing water to then see a training ground for them. Where are they going to go next?
Sure.
And a few of them did go on to TV series, TV shows and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like the musical we talk about next week, the young kids in that, well, not young, they were 20-something years old at the time, but, they went on to careers after that. These things are often, even if the show wasn't designed to be a vehicle, obviously, when it's really massively popular, the cast becomes in demand. Look what's happened with Hamilton. So...
Sure.
That could be what this was a let's get out a musical with a bunch of children so we can see what the talent's like at the moment, and you know where we can fit them in next. And obviously Ariana Grande went on to pop. I don't know, that's all I can presume. I didn't do my research on this musical. When I first heard it, I thought, oh shit, what have I fucking done to myself?
What have you done?
I was genuinely hoping it was good, because I do like I like Parade, Jason Robert Brown's musical, which we will get to eventually.
Okay.
You know, that's lovely. And
Good, my lines.
but
yeah, I was when I was listening to this, I was kind of thinking, oh, again, just Aaron really like this, and I can't imagine what you like, because we like different things when certainly when it comes to, you know, genres of music and that sort of thing. But I'm listening to it and I go, you know, there's stuff that I've heard and we've talked about that I don't like, but I get why you like it, and I get why it's loved.
Yeah, like Hair and Rent. You can see why I love them. The
absolutely.
Relevance of them and relevance of the time, and the in-your-face fuck you nature. Even Spring Awakening that we're doing next week, spoiler alert, that's pretty fuck you and in your face. You know, and we'll get to that conversation next week so people can hear what you are going to think about that one. But like, you know what I mean? Like there's typically it's got to stand out above the crowd, otherwise it does become sort of stock standard, real boring, you know, fade into the background. And that's what I felt this kind of did. I did like that he made an effort to have some different genres through the show.
Yeah.
Right, so
I got
it was
that,
an eclectic mix, but
I sort of thought that was just trying a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
But I did get that. I did get that. So,
and I don't.
Yeah, I think if you were going to do a vehicle for a bunch of teenagers, very talented teenagers, obviously it could have been done a lot better with a better story and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, no, I don't even know what the story is. As I say, I pulled a U. I did a U and switched off on me first.
With your own genre.
My own
that's
choice. So
it's kind of ironic. So if I'd have known this was episode 13 and I didn't, because that, you know, I wasn't supposed to be here, but there was so many 13 metal albums that I could have thrown in there, but that's okay. We can.
That's why I missed 9 on episode 9.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get Rent out for New Year's Eve, which we didn't end up getting out for New Year's Eve, so that was wasted. But 9, the musical 9. You know, perfect. So, you know, I've got to get in opportunities where I can. So I cannot wait to episode 525,600 so we can revisit Rent.
Why?
Seasons of Love, 525,600 man. Oh, that joke went way over. None of my jokes are landing today. This is not cool.
Well, you're assuming that I listen, I understand, and I retain.
Well, the people at home who know Rent will get that joke.
They will love it.
You know, the relevance of the numbers, and I can't wait to episode 525,600. I'm not repeating the joke, but I just did. Anyways.
Do you know
None
what?
of my jokes are landing. It's not cool.
Sorry. Do you know what we should do? We should.
I told you to get drunk for this episode, so you'd be chatty and at least laugh at my jokes.
I'm drinking a 2020 Castle Rock Estate Paronga Up Skywalk Riesling.
Oh, it sounds cheap and nasty like me.
I bought it. It is. No, it's not. I bought it. We bought so much wine for my birthday, and it's all downstairs.
Yep.
And
it's all downhill from here.
It is. I'm just slowly. We don't have to buy wine for a very, very long time. I can tell you that.
No, and wine keeps, so you're fine.
Oh yeah, I know, and I'm kind of glad I didn't share this with my friends. Because it's good wine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
well,
it's not. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Although I'm a good winer, aren't I?
You're a good winer. It's not bad. I think we've wrapped up. We've wrapped up the 13.
Yeah, I don't think I have any. Oh, hang on. I got through all my notes because I didn't really have many. Shit, I didn't like it.
You got through your notes. I got through all mine. I called Bad News, Bad Song.
Oh, okay. Good. You're cool to me. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Make me laugh.
I did that. A little more homework. Needs more homework.
That was the joke, was it?
The 13. Yeah, the single version, which is shorter than the original, thankfully.
Yeah. That's just an observation.
Just an observation. Just an obation.
You're trying.
Yeah.
The delivery needs some work.
There we go. I have that was the end of the page. because the rest of it is time notes of where I'm going to edit things out. But that's for a different.
Yeah.
That's a different one altogether.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. For the people at home, I challenged Gareth to pull a me and come up with a bunch of stupid jokes to make me laugh. And as you just heard,
There they were.
we all need to say 5 Hail Marys. So that's how you deliver a joke, Gareth. Oh, shit.
There you go.
No, I'm
There
kidding.
you go.
It was a
I'm
good
laughing on-
effort. I'll give you
I'm laughing on
an
this
A for effort and a real weak
Yeah,
thumbs up.
because they're nasty jokes, and I didn't want to be, as much as I dislike this, I don't want to write nasty. I don't want nasty jokes.
Droll, not nasty. Droll. It's all in the delivery. Just wait till we get a metal guest on and you give me their music and I have to then make fun of their music in front of them. Oh shit, I've just realized what that sounds like out loud. Oh fuck.
Probably better in your head.
I'm scared. No, I'm not. Look, he's fine. I've been making him laugh for a week, so we're cool.
He's a good guy. We've got some metal coming up.
We do.
We've got some metal coming up on the show. Thank Christ.
We do.
But before we get there, maybe we should throw to a commercial break.
Coming this summer, winter, spring, or fall, the first ever musical theater sitcom, where you go behind the scenes of the latest West End show, the Fosse Forest Ballet.
Where's the important stuff? Aha! £1,000 a week ensemble rate. That's what Mamma Mia likes.
Starring Philip Joel and a West End cast featuring Kerry Ellis, Darren Day, Louise Demon, and Oliver Saville, and more.
It all started in 1987 when I was a jobbing actress working in a diner.
Yeah, it's just I had a really bad experience when I was touring Australia with a wombat.
Darling! Mwah, mwah. La, la. How long have I been mentoring you? 3 months?
2 years.
So her name is Henrietta.
The horse. Yes. I've managed to secure you an audition for the biggest, most innovative, and the latest show to be going into the West End. Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Think more along the lines of Panto.
Frozen.
You can watch this episode for the price of a coffee. Simply go to www.thefosseforestballet.com. Any and all profits go back to theatre charities, acting for others, and the Theatre's Trust. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll see a grown man in sparkly tights.
Tight nights. Nice. Tights.
Welcome back to Thrash and Treasure. Thanks for our awesome sponsors. We're going to keep moving on. You've heard all about what I think about the 13, and you also heard what Aaron thinks, because we always hear what Aaron thinks. What I really want to know is, Aaron, what did you think about the awesome album that I gave you in the guise of Five Finger Death Punch F8?
You've just insulted me. I don't know if I can go on. When I first saw the cover, I thought, ew, gross.
Ew.
I hate the Fast and the Furious movies. Only to realize it is an album by a band called Five Finger Death Punch. And I was like, ew, grosser. Not another fisting accident. Anyways, with another album filled with I can now talk fluently to motorcycles. Now more so than ever, especially since this album is long. So long. By the 7th hour, I was having a conversation with my mousepad. And I don't even own a mousepad. It was obvious with the perniciously familiar sound of Inside Out that it is their clear radio-friendly song. But sadly, this was neither a killer Diana Ross chorus nor a classic Pixar hit. Overall, this emo outfit screamed, both in my face, and screamed of yet another band trying to find their own sound. So I can't help but wonder why they named Five Finger Death Punch and not Five Finger Discount. However, on the bright side, this band is made up of DILFs. So whilst their music is fated to get an F, For looks, they get an 8. Oh, I see what I did there. And finally, what the fuck was this shit, man? 0 fucking stars, man. Oh my goodness gracious me. I had both of these shit fucking albums 20 times each. It's 40 times with 13 and this fucking F8 bullshit. Oh, it was awful. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
This was pure torture for both of us.
It was.
I can guarantee. Well, the only reason I gave you this is because I thought I wasn't doing this show. And I thought, I just threw a grenade, walked away. And when I didn't realise that I had to walk back in. It's like, oh, shit.
That's why you've been trying to get out of it. I'm like, no. Oh, pardon my language. Sorry, I didn't.
No, I'd already listened to it.
No
so.
C word. You're not getting out of this episode. I've had these CDs on like that over and over and over again because every time I thought I would be doing the episode in the next few days, I'd refresh my memory again. And oh my God, it just went on for a month.
Yeah.
And oh, yeah. So sure, right. That's karma. That's karma.
It is karma. It is karma, and I'll take karma. I'd forgotten. I heard this when it first came out, and I think it was offered to me as a review, and I just flat out said no, I'm not doing it.
Why? Like, okay? Now you're not the first person who has said something to me about them being shit.
Yeah.
Ryan said it while we were recording episode 15.
I bet he did.
Danny said it when I asked her if she wanted to guest host, and I think that's why she backed out, because something about the band triggered her. I'm sorry, honey, it really wasn't deliberate. He was trying to piss me off, not anyone else. And he was trying to be a smartass and throw the grenade as he was running away.
It was, yes.
But it backfired on him, and it stuck to his head.
It blew up in my face. It was like I am the Wile E. Coyote to your Roadrunner.
This whole podcast you have been. Oh my God, it's so funny. What a perfect analogy. Because I usually say the odd couple, but whichever one the mean one is you.
Yeah, it was me this time. It was me this time.
Yeah. But interesting fact. Sorry, Jeremy, what's his face? That was with the band, but then quit. Who's now doing softcore porn, which means he's not going to show his doodle. Sorry, ladies. But his late sister was a Broadway performer.
Oh.
Who was actually in Mamma Mia as well. So might have been in that with Frankie Grande. So what a really fucked up, strange coincidence this is. We have both picked CDs that, well, I didn't know I would hate mine, but I ended up hate mine.
He's, Jeremy Spencer's not in the band anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know.
He's left. That's the drummer. He's gone.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, what's his face? Have you noticed they've started putting that on Coke cans now? Share a Coke with what's his face?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't drink Coke, so.
Oh, well, they're trying to be all hip and cool, so they've got like wifey and hubby and Rallos, but they spelt Rallos wrong because it's got 2 L's, but Rallos.
2 L's and Rellos, yeah. Otherwise, it's Relo.
No, Rallos is in relatives.
Yeah, it's got 2 L's.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
All right. Coke cans are more interesting than 5-finger death punts.
But okay, no, what do you say, doggy or doggo?
Doggy.
Oh, thank God for that. The song is How Much Is the Doggy in the Window? And I keep saying doggo, and I'm like,
it is. The one with a waggy tail.
What the fuck is with this doggo bullshit? It's not a word.
No, it's not doggos.
Stop making up words. You sound like a twit. It's doggy. Anyway, sorry.
We're not going to go down the doggy path.
No, we'll go down the dog shit path. That's why.
Yeah. Most interesting thing about this band is their names. The guitarist, Zoltan Bathroy, he's got the best name ever.
Yeah.
That's just awesome.
Yeah.
That's all.
Hungarian.
It ends there.
Yeah.
It ends there.
Ivan Moody, I thought if he shaved those fucking chin pubes, he'd be pretty good looking. But he's got a history of...
He's a history of being an absolute fuckwit.
Yeah, so serves him right having a gay man call him hot on the airwaves. That's his revenge. So I hope he's homophobic because that'll just make him angry. So fuck you.
I want to. You want to check that gay man's gaydar if he thinks he's hot. Jeez. Yeah. Anyway, I can't talk.
It's funny, because it got me thinking about that, and I don't want to get.
But you did call them a bunch of dilfs, though.
Well, they are. Look, someone being good looking on the outside does not mean they're good looking on the inside. Hello.
Oh, true that.
I'm ugly on both.
That is not true.
Yeah, I know that. obviously.
Don't go for the sympathy. I'm not going to.
I was going for the joke. I wasn't going for sympathy. You were meant to laugh at it.
Well, it is not.
All right.
Okay.
Or expect me to be saying I'm good looking on the outside, on both or whatever. And you know what I mean? Like, I didn't go that route. I always go the route you think I'm not going to go. Anyways, no. See, that makes it got me thinking, right? Because obviously, wife beating, or domestic violence, I shouldn't call it wife beating. That's a really disgusting piggish term for me to use. Domestic violence, it's a plague in society, right? And it is so incredibly predominant, and there is a movement at the moment that people who do this sort of shit don't deserve a job or shouldn't be in the limelight, or you know what I mean. So it did get me thinking, like, what's that like to be someone's bandmate and to find this stuff out, like, because I'm vocal with my friends. And I don't mean that I'm not going to sit there and rag them into their politics or shit like that. But if they are doing something dangerous that's going to hurt them, or it's going to lose them all their money, or something like that, I will look out for my friends. I expect the same from me. I see other people look after their friends. So what would that be like for that band? And I couldn't help but, in a way, empathize with the other members to be in that position of you have this band, you have this career. Do you stand by this person who has done these heinous things and keeps doing these heinous things? Because that's not part of your band. That is separate. That is their private life. And artists are very much, my professional public life is here and my private life is over here. But obviously the public are, you know, with the Me Too movement and all this stuff, where we've blurred those lines now. And it just got me thinking about all that, what that's like.
Yeah.
Because I've only ever been on the opposite side where I've had somebody be beaten up, and I sat with them for 6-7 hours holding their hands, their bruised wrists, telling them, get away from this fucking bastard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was 16, 17. Like, I wasn't an adult. I didn't know what I was saying, mind you. So I've been on that side of it, and also on the receiving end, obviously, with, you know, my history of violence that I've spoken lightly about on this show. But the people, like, certainly one particular person that did things like that to me, and I see the life that they have, and I see that they are alone with no support or anything like that or anything up, and I see that it is just spiraling further and further down. So to be those bandmates of what sort of position that they're in. So that occupied a lot of my time about this album.
Yeah, I'd actually, when I threw this out there, I hadn't forgotten about it, but it wasn't front and center. Ivan Moody's got form. He assaulted a flight attendant on a Qantas flight when they were touring Australia. You know, he assaulted his wife. He's a piece of shit. If I was his bandmates, I would have fucking cut him free so long ago and just gone, bro.
Yeah.
No, there's no.
Yeah, don't forget these things. There's also contracts involved, right? So you don't know what happened behind the scenes there. And he said, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm contracted. Or we don't know if they've wanted to help him, which is the other thing. Like, I can see both sides of it, that he's done this to get him out of our lives.
Yeah.
Look, it's this question I ask parents all the time, because it's something that I came to with the 11-year-old, right? When he started going to school. What would a parent prefer, their child be the bully or the bullied, right? And pretty much everybody across the board said the bullied, except me, who said, nah, man, because if my child's being bullied, I can't help that. But if my child is being the bully, I can lock him up in his room for a week or what. You know, not do that. It's child abuse. But
teach him not to be a bully.
Teach him and take him to therapy and work it out. Try to help him.
Sure.
You can barely help a bullying victim while the acts are still going on.
Yeah.
It's the bullies that do need that help.
Yeah.
And that's what I tried to say to all these parents. So that's why I could see it from maybe that perspective, that these bandmates maybe didn't feel like that was the right thing to do, to just abandon him. Because when you abandon someone like that, you let them go on their own and they get worse and they spiral out of control even further and further, and they get angrier and bitter. And this is no justification, merely an observation. That is all it is, based on personal experiences that, as I've said many episodes before, if anyone has a problem, we can talk about things. Don't come at me and yell at me because you're not going to like my response, but we can talk.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm open to conversation because I have my life experiences and so do you. So I'm going to use my life experience to judge things like this.
Yeah.
Capiche? We're all on the same page. Everyone out there with your butthurt feelings. Very good. Okay. So yeah. I mean, and it is a big thing when people are in positions of fame,
Yep.
they're in a position of influence.
Yep.
So that's where this whole movement of this person doesn't deserve to be famous anymore because they've done this thing. So that's really where it comes from, that people say, well, this person has fame and fortune and influence, but they're a bastard, so they don't deserve. This person deserves it more, or whatever. And look, I can understand that. So it's really just this messy situation.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yep. Yep.
It really, really is, because you can't just push people away. They will never get help.
No.
They will never, ever get help.
No. Yeah, I know. I get that. If I was in the band, I would have said, bro, you've done your dash. If you want to be a rock star, you can go be a rock star. You can't be a rock star with us if you're going to do shit like that. So go. And he did leave the band for a while and he went into rehab.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the fact that the music is shit. Ivan Moody's a piece of crap. So and there it is. But their music's terrible. It's metal by numbers. So I'm gonna do this little bit here, and then I'm gonna kind of try and do a chorus and try and be radio friendly, and I'm just gonna play the laziest riffs on the planet. And this is supposedly their best album.
Oh really?
It's not. I think their first two albums were actually not too bad, and then they just went down the dirge path. You take out his little attempt at sort of vocals, that as you mention it, like talking to the lawnmower. It just sounds like it just sounds like Nickelback, to be honest. This is an album that is deserved of the 13th episode. It's a cursed episode.
What a shame, because I love the number 13.
Do you? I avoid it like the plague.
Oh yeah. Besides saying chookers, which I'll explain next week to Steffi, right? I'm really not superstitious at all.
I've actually realised this has nothing to do with anything apart from this is the 13th episode. When I added all my superstitions together, I'm probably a little bit fucked in the head.
Possibly. I deliberately got rid of them all.
If I turn up the volume on anything, as the TV or the radio or whatever, it's got to be on an even number. It can't land on an odd number.
Oh, that's OCD.
Okay.
That's OCD.
Also, I have to put my left sock on first, and then my right one, and then my left shoe and my right shoe, and I have to. And if I do it backwards, sometimes I take my shoes off and I start again.
That's OCD.
No, because I think if I don't do it that way, it's going to cause me bad luck.
That's
okay.
When I see a black cat, instead of freaking out, like at night, cross my path, like literally cross over the path, and then there's a big giant bat flying past me as well. I'm like, hey, kitty. So I get really excited that I see a kitty cat.
That is true. I'm so glad we're talking about this instead of Five Finger Death Punch because they suck.
Oh yeah, no, it's and
if I was listening to this and we were not talking about Five Finger Death Punch, I would say, I can't even say the word. My tongue gets tied. I would say thanks, guys, because you don't want to. There's just a turd. It's just a turd of an album. They're a turd of a band. They've got great names, and that's all.
Yeah.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should swap albums for next week.
Yeah, next week we've got the ever delightful Steffi D from Canada's production of Come From Away. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I love that show, and obviously you enjoyed it too. Well, she's going to be on the show to discuss Spring Awakening with the original Broadway cast album and her time touring across the USA.
And I know this. Steffi has chosen System of a Down's Toxicity to torture Aaron, and I'm so happy about that. So huge thanks to Steffi D for giving up so much of her time. Don't see, you ruined my shit.
For those at home, I wrote Steffi's full surname in there, knowing that he would chicken out and not say it because it is D. Dominicantonio. It's a little bit hard to say, but the scatterbrain can say it, so clearly Gareth should be able to say it.
Yeah, well, I know Steffi.
Sorry.
And I just call her Steffi D now. We're bros. We're friends. So it's Steffi D.
Damn it. I wanted you to make a fool of yourself.
There's no way. I already edited the script just to say Steffi D.
Well, obviously, as you can probably tell, we recorded the episode last week,
We
but
did.
only just yesterday did we stop talking.
Yeah.
But Gareth had enough time to go away on holidays and return.
This is
So that was fun.
this is actually true. That is actually
Yes.
true. All right, so be sure to follow us on Twitter. You can check us out at Thrash and Treasure. And if you want to support us, and you should, become a Patreon at patreon.com/Blooming Theatricals. Check it out
Correct.
on the Patreon, Blooming Theatricals. I've been Gareth. You can find me at Not Gareth on the Twitters. You guys take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.